Hey kids, I'm Jeffery Towery, author, public speaker, and creator of the Autistic Survival Manual. On this show, I'm Not Broken, we talk about neurodiversity, especially autism and ADHD, and how to understand our minds instead of fighting them. Today's episode is about masking. But first, it's the I'm Not Broken news. And now it's time for the I'm Not Broken news, where we break the news before it breaks us. The LEGO Foundation has announced a new global initiative to train teachers in autism-friendly learning through play. Schools in the US, UK, and Denmark are already joining, proving that creativity and neurodiversity really do click together, one brick at a time. Meanwhile, the US Department of Health and Human Services is facing backlash over a proposal to create a national autism database. Critics say it raises huge privacy concerns and could open the door to misuse of personal data. Well, crap. That's not good. On a brighter note, New York's MTA is reviving its program that lets students with autism record public service announcements for the subway. Riders will soon hear those voices echoing through the stations, a daily reminder that inclusion belongs in every journey. And that's your I'm Not Broken news for the week, where difference makes the headlines, and sometimes the headlines makes us different. And now for the word of the day, masking. Let's explore the phenomenon of masking, the learned performance of social conformity often adopted by autistic individuals. Let's examine both classic and unconventional expressions of masking, how it can serve as both protection and performance. Let's draw some connections to the themes of authenticity and resonance as I discuss in my Autistic Survival Manual. So here's some examples of classic and not so classic masking. A classic, smiling or forcing eye contact to appear friendly or engaged. Classic, mirroring speech tone and gestures to blend in with peers. A classic, practicing small talk scripts for social interactions. I did that a lot. Not so classic, adopting exaggerated humor or charisma to divert attention from discomfort. I'm doing that right now. Not so classic, creating elaborate personas online or in public roles to manage expectations. Not so classic, using intellectualism, fashion, or art as strategic camouflage. You see, I never really learned how to mask growing up until high school theater. And I guess I should thank my high school drama teacher, Mr. Rothwell, for teaching me how to wear a mask before I even knew I was doing it. Thank you, Brian. Because all masking is acting all the time. It became a craft of observation, adaptation, and survival. Theater taught me that everyone wears a mask, even when they call it confidence. Everything people see on camera right now is a mask. It's not fake, but it's constructed. Authentic, but chosen. That's the paradox of masking. It's possible to be real and performative at the same time. The version of me you see here is just one reflection of who I am, shaped to connect and to resonate. Let's discuss the technique of borrowed brilliance. My masking technique was built from fragments of everyone around me. I took the best parts of people I admired, their charm, wit, and appeal, even their sex appeal, and mimicked those behaviors. It wasn't about status, it was about learning emotional dialects to survive. I realized I didn't need the mask anymore when I moved to California because everybody was acting. That's when authenticity became my armor instead of my disguise. Being yourself doesn't mean being raw all the time. It means knowing when the act stops serving you. So, what about conscious masking as choice? Now I mask by choice. For connection, for storytelling, for context, masking can be control without deceit. When it's intentional, it's self protection. When it's unconscious, it's survival. In my book, The Autistic Survival Manual, I talk about how masking becomes both a defense mechanism and a language. We learn to speak in the dialects of the world around us. But the real art lies in choosing when to speak and when to rest. Masking isn't the enemy of authenticity, it's a tool. The challenge is learning when to remove it and when to wear it, not as armor, but as art. Because the truth is, for most autistics, it's exhausting. For me, the difference between masking and unmasking is silence. That moment when I stop performing and just breathe. In that stillness, what remains is real. I've got ASD, ADD, ADHD, OCD, and PTSD, everything but a PhD. And I'm not broken because different isn't broken. New episodes drop every Monday right here on I'm Not Broken. Thanks for listening and take care of your mind. It's the only one you've got.